Hey guys, WevHez's here and welcome to the stream. And today we got some interesting news from Blizzard, and we actually got a few nerfs from the classic packs, right? Classic cards, right? So what you see here is all the nerfs that we have seen thus far. I'm not sure if Blizzard is going to nerf any more classic cards, but for now this is it. So the first nerf is actually Big Game Hunter. It's changed from a 3 mana to a 5 mana, but the text remains the same, right? You still want BGH to be relevant. You want to kill off things like, Bolton Giants, or even Cthulhu for that matter, right? Yaxeron is a thing now. All of these late game threats that you want to destroy. So BGH, 3 mana to 5 mana, yeah. It's a decent change because it's a 4-2, right? So stat line wise, it's actually pretty good considering the text effect. So yeah, it's a much needed change, and I'm pretty glad that BGH got nerfed that way. Next card that they nerfed is Molten Giant. They changed the mana cost from 20 mana all the way to 25 mana. Well, it may not seem like much at first because you probably still see Freeze Mage play it, but it actually affects decks like Reno Lock and Handlock, right? Because now instead of being able to play Molten Giant for free in turn at 10 health, you can only play Molten Giant for free at 5 health, which is very awkward, right? At 5 health, you're pretty much gonna die anyway. Only Freeze Mage can see play because of Ice Block, am I right? Other than that, I don't see any. I think Reno Locks need to play Molten Giant a little bit earlier than usual instead of just waiting for it to go 0 mana, right? It's a little bit more dangerous for them. That's why it's actually a higher cost for them. It's actually a good change because Molten Giant into Defender of Argus is just so obnoxious. So yeah, another good change for an epic card. Okay, so this one wasn't really expected because Force of Nature was it's considered good. I thought they would have nerfed Savage Roar instead, but they decided to nerf Force of Nature, which kind of makes sense. But let's see what happened to our text, right? It got nerfed from a summon free 2/2 treants with charge that die at the end of the turn into summon free 2/2 treants. That means that they're trying to keep the combo druid alive in a sense by okay, they're actually not keeping combo druid alive. They are advocating token druid instead. So basically, you summon free 2/2 tokens, and then you just wait till the next turn before you can Savage Roar. So you just need to wait one more turn, but usually people will have board clear, right? So a 5 mana summon free 2/2 treants. Yeah, it's something like a Master for Battle without the weapon, but yeah, I think that's pretty decent if the opponent doesn't have a removal before that. It just gives people a little bit more chance to play around this card instead of just being an unbeatable combo, right? So yeah, that's Force of Nature. Okay, the next card that got nerfed was actually Iron Beak Owl. The nerf is simple, just from a 2 mana cost to a 3 mana cost, because a 2 mana silence a minion is not a neutral card. It's like, okay fine, we have Priest which for 0 mana silence a minion, but it doesn't have board, right? This Owl has a board, and the stat line is already good enough, right? It's a 2 mana, it was a 2 mana 2/1, and silence, right? So silence can typically mean something like remove freeze effect, or remove a cannot attack, which is actually very strong. So yeah, silence effects need to be a little bit more costly, and there we go. Iron Beak Owl is now 3 mana instead of 2 mana. Alright, Leper Gnome. Oh my god, give this guy a big hug. Finally, he gets nerfed, alright? Usually when you play this on turn 1, what happens when the opponent doesn't have an answer in turn 1, which is very common, right? Only things like Mortal Coil can or Earthshock can deal with this guy at turn 1. So usually it's like you 1 mana deal 4 damage to the enemy hero, which is insane. That's why they changed it to a 1 mana 1/1, which Death Rattle deal 2 damage to enemy hero. Well, still kind of bad, but it's not that bad anymore. Like, at least when people don't have an answer to kill the leper gnome, it doesn't really deal that much damage. I mean, hobgoblin is a thing, but hobgoblin is not in standard, so it's still fine, right? Now we have Ancient of Lore. It's a simple nerf. The text changed from draw 2 cards to draw 1 card because, come on, 2 mana draw 2 cards is just insane, right? Why do I say that? Because usually you will play 5 mana 5/5 card with a text, right? So this text is now draw a card. So 2 mana draw a card, it sounds a little bit better. It sounds like a life tap without the health cost, which is exactly what you want to see, right? Ancient of Lore was really OP back then, and now it is decent. It's decent, alright? The mana cost didn't change, so still can play it. Most probably won't see much play now, but if Druids still need card draw, they can still play that card. Alright, Knife Juggler. Knife Juggler. After you summon a minion, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. So what does that mean? It means that it nerfed into from a 3/2 to a 2/2. Okay, that's good. That's good. Because Knife Juggler, the effect is just way too strong, right? You used to have Master for Battle, which is now gone. So I'm not sure if nerfing Knife Juggler is actually that good. Like, okay, fine. You can Knife Juggler into Force of Nature, right? And you deal 3 damage and summon. That's pretty good, I suppose. So maybe you can see a little bit of aggro druids nowadays. 5 mana. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, the next card is Arcane Golem, right? It got nerfed in the sense that there's no longer a charge, which is insane, right? And a 3 mana 4/4. And basically it buffed the HP, right? So it became a 4/4, but it's no longer charged. But you still give your opponent a mana crystal, which is actually crazy, right? You give your opponent a mana crystal and you still don't have charge. It's a 3 mana 4/4, sure, why not? But wow, this card is not ever gonna see play ever again. I mean, sure, it's a 3 mana 4/4, the only one that's left in after standard hits. But why would you play this card? Nah, I don't think anyone will want to play this card. Give your opponent a mana crystal. Dancing Swords, Ogre Brute, right? Nobody plays those as well. So yeah. The next card is definitely needed to be nerfed because Master of Disguise give a friendly minion stealth forever was insane. So like the combos were endless, right? Give Ragnaros stealth. Give Mal'Ganis stealth. Like, you literally cannot die ever, or you literally have something that works forever, right? It's insane. So Master of Disguise is a quality of life change. Now it gives a friendly minion stealth until your next turn, right? You cannot stealth a minion forever. That's just broken, right? So yeah, they fixed that. Pretty good. Next card, Hunter's Mark. Alright, Hunter's Mark, it's a simple nerf from 0 mana to 1 mana because 0 mana cost spells are just stupid, right? Not the recent Wisp of the Old God 0 mana cost spells because they technically still cost mana, right? But this one, yeah, it's quality of life change. Come on. Mid-range hunters might need to rethink their playstyle now. But yeah. Oh my gosh, Blade Flurry. This card finally got nerfed. Okay, from a 2 mana Blade Flurry, it becomes a 4 mana Blade Flurry, right? The text remains the same, but yeah, RIP Oil Rogue. As if rogues didn't get nerfed enough by the removal of GVG, right? GVG was the one that gave Oil Rogue in the first place, right? The Tinker's Sharpshot Oil. But now there's like, what can you do exactly with your weapons? Like literally nothing. And they still nerfed the Blade Flurry, alright? Sure. Do your worst, I guess. Okay. So Rip Rogue. And the last card, Keeper of the Grove. Oh my god, this is so obnoxious. Finally, finally he got nerfed, alright? This card is cheating. It is a 4 mana 2/4, deal 2 damage or silence a minion. Like I said before, silence is an extremely valuable card effect, right? So you need to compensate a 4 mana with something else, and it's good. It's finally good because it's a 2 mana, it's a 2 health minion that can be killed, right? A 2/4 that silences, that's just bonkers, right? You look at Ionic Owl, it's 1 health and it silences. You look at what's it called? The other silence card, what's it called? Let me just double check. What's it called? A 4 mana 4/3 let me just take a look. Where did he go? Spellbreaker. Yeah, Spellbreaker, right? Spellbreaker is a 4 mana 4/3 with silence, right? So how can this be a 4 mana 2/4 with silence? It's just broken, right? All your silence cards need to have lower health. Otherwise the silence effects is just too valuable, right? So that's all of the nerfs, and all of them look pretty good so far. Of course, they kind of hurt the current meta. It's obviously supposed to hurt the current meta. So a little bit of complaints here and there will be hurt, definitely. But who knows? Maybe the new cards might be better. That will change the meta for the better. So yeah. We'll see how it goes, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe out to my YouTube channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.